Hello, everyone, and what is up? Thank you so much for coming to check out my YouTube channel today. And if this is your first time, I just want to say I am so honored that you came to check this out. And I hope you guys are just as excited as I am to talk about what inspires you. But before we get into that, please, if you guys can just do me a huge favor, if you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. And also, if you like the video, if you can give me a thumbs up, it won't hurt you, I promise. And even if you don't like this video at the very end, I just want you to know that I still love you. All right, let's just jump right into this, okay? I hope you guys are ready, and here we go. How many of you guys can say right now, with no hesitation at all, that you're following your dreams, your hopes, and your desires? Basically, you're doing exactly what you wanted to do ever since you were a little kid. And if that's you right now, I just want to flat out say to you, with no hurt or pain or anything, I just want to say flat out, I'm excited for you. Congratulations. That is so awesome. And I'm seriously so happy for you. Because I've met so many people, you guys, that tell me all the time that they're not following their hopes, their dreams, and their desires. But you can say that you have done that. So I just want to applaud you. And this isn't fake at all. I'm being sincere when I say this. Now, for those of you that have not been able to follow your hopes, your dreams, and your desires, guess what? That's okay. Right now, in this very moment, I just want to stop and I just want to be 100% honest with you. It's okay. Look, hopefully by the end of this video, you will have that hunger and that desire like you had maybe a month ago or a year ago or a few years ago or maybe when you were a little kid. For me, you guys, over the last 10 years of my life, I've had moments where I was flat out lost. All hope, all drive and desire to be a better person or just follow my dreams was nowhere to be found. It was gone. I mean, after everything I've been through the past 10 years, inspiration, like it was out the window. It was see you later. I kept asking myself, why? Why am I even here? What's the point of me even living? And you may ask, why think like that, right? I get it. That makes sense. Why should I think like that? Well, let me just give you a brief list of what's happened to my life the last 10 years. I've gone through 2 divorces. I've been kicked out of 2 churches. I've moved 12 times in the last 5 years. Basically, I lived out of a storage unit for 2 years. I slept on friends' couches because I had nowhere to go. I lost the job of my dreams by saying one thing to an employee just joking around. I've had my heart broken many times by I thought we're close friends and also by girlfriends. I've had my weight fluctuate up and down due to stress, and to tap all of that off, I've lost friends and family members to cancer. I mean, remember now, that was just a brief list that I just wanted to tell you guys. Life just has not been really well to me, and I have people ask me all the time, David, how are you not an alcoholic or a drug addict? And I could have sat there and played the victim card. Who hasn't done that, right? We've all done it, but you guys, you can only play the victim card for so long. And honestly, it's not going to get you anywhere. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier, inspiration was hardly ever in my vocabulary these past 10 years. But hey, I don't want to lie to you. I had brief moments about being inspired and inspiring others, but then something would happen, and when it did happen, inspiration was just gone. It was right out the window. And I honestly, the last year in 2020, I met a man by the name of Q. And to me, his name is Pastor Q. And began meeting with Pastor Q back in 2020 for a few months, and I poured my heart out to him about what's happened to me the last 5 years of my life. And then he said something that just shook my inner core. Like, are you ready for this? Like, he said, like, when are you going to let go of what happened to you? Like, with no hesitation at all in his voice, he literally said that. And my mind in that very moment, I was like, skirt, like, excuse me? Like, hold up, did you really just say that to me? Like, when are you gonna let go of what happened to you? Like, I was just like, oh, my mind was blown in that very moment. Like, did I not just tell you what's happened to my life? But it was in that moment that, like, my mind went to, man, like, this guy's bedside manner is horrible. But what he said after that is what really hit home for me and what really, like, hit me hard. Remember, the first part he said was, when are you going to let go of what happened to you? But the second part was this, is that he said, because seriously, David, that's holding you back. You either can keep living in your past or start living what God has called you to be. And ladies and gentlemen, I need you to hear this. And this may be harsh, and you may not want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyways. It's time. You need to start surrounding yourself with people that are going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You see, what he said to me was one of the strongest things that oh man, I so needed to hear it in 2020. You know, I could have been offended. I could have been so mad and upset, and I could have just said, forget you. Who do you think you are to talk to me like that? Because that's our culture today, right? Like, if you say something to me that I don't like, I'm either going to unfriend you, or I'm going to stop talking to you, or I'm going to start talking bad about you behind your back because you hurt my feelings. And even though it was the truth and it needed to be said, it was harsh. But I'm telling you right now, you need to surround yourself with people that are going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Because I promise you, you will grow to the fullest potential, because all of you, and I'm telling you now, all of you have the potential. I hope you know that. And it's time you start believing that. And then after that, he asked me a question. He said, what inspires you? And I told him, well, coaching. He said, why? And I told him, because I want this generation to know that someone believes in them and let them know that they have a voice. And he said to me this, he said, well, then what are you doing right now to inspire yourself to be a better coach, or just flat out to help people? I didn't have an answer for him. Yeah. You see, I didn't have an answer for him because over the last few years of the hell that I was living in, I let that consume me. I lost years because I couldn't let go of my past. I lost my inspiration to help others because I was holding on to my past so tight. I didn't want to let go of it. And in that very moment that I did let go of it, it was like a light bulb went off. It turned right on. And guess what? I'm finally doing what inspires me. And I want to bring this back to you. What are you doing right now in this moment to inspire yourself? Do you even have an answer? What inspires you? If you're doing what I did and how I held on so tight and didn't want to let go of my past, but then in that moment, I realized I was letting my past define my present. If you can say to me right now, David, that's me. I'm holding on to my past so tightly that I want to say this. I pray right now in the name of Jesus that you're able to let go of your past. Stop holding on to your past. Stop letting your past define who you are. You need to let go. But it's easier said than done, right? I know it's hard to let go of our past, but oh man, once you stop labeling yourself for what happened in your past, the very moment that I let go of my past, you know what happened? This is what happened to me. Inspiration came flooding back to me. My inspiration to help people came back to me even stronger. My passion to see people fall in love with Jesus has brought joy back to my heart again. My inspiration is back. It helped me to find who I really was. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, we can't change our past. I know that we want to. As much as we want to change it, we can't change it. But you know what we can do? We can let go of our past, embrace the present, and be excited for what our future has. Because it's going to be good, I promise you. So my question is, what inspires you? Is it listening to your favorite singer, or maybe you like to write music or play an instrument or read specific books that really speak to you, or maybe there's an athlete or someone out there that encourages you, or maybe you watch YouTube videos about inspiration. Hey, what inspires you? I want to encourage you today. Go spend 10, 20, 30 minutes and think about what inspires you. Either jump back to when you were a kid and you wrote down all those amazing things, what you wanted to do and what you wanted to accomplish when you grew up, or maybe you got excited about something maybe a little while ago, or maybe it was a few months ago, but you didn't go through with it. I can tell you right now that inspiration comes from within. And I can give you the best speech that has ever been written or that has ever been told. But you're the one that has to start believing in yourself and allow that inspiration to come back to you. Let today be that day where you get inspired again. I want to encourage you to stop turning back, looking left, or looking right. It's time to look forward and allow inspiration to come flooding back to you again. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this. And if you have any questions or you need help of just letting go of your past, or you just need prayers, you guys can reach out to me on here. You can write a comment below or hit up my Instagram or Facebook page. It's right down below at the bottom of this video. Love to hear from you guys. I hope that this inspired you. I hope this spoke to you today. And if you don't mind, please, if you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And I really would appreciate it. And like I said, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and put a thumbs up. But just know and ask yourself, what inspires me? Go get inspired today, you guys. But before I head out, I just want to remind you this, that Jesus loves you so much. So God bless. I love you guys, and Cruiser out.